So I'm going to be coming clean. The real reason why I've not uploaded much about Hugo, my Savannah monitor. It is quite a simple one, really. There's a few things that have gone on that are reasons why I don't upload too much about Hugo anymore. We'll go through them. We'll start at the enclosure. Quite simply, look, here we go. This is the enclosure. It's pretty much the same as what it's been for quite a while. We've got a big basking slab down there and that log wood stuff for him to climb. A couple of the Reptile Systems 100 watt mercury vapor bulbs. They're absolutely amazing, to be fair. They're really firing down perfectly. We've got the correct temperatures, the correct UVI. Everything's working great with them. We've got a UVB bulb there, which is one reason that I'm not happy with this enclosure. Let me explain. I would love to have that bulb a little bit lower to give it a much better UVI. I'd love to have a reflector on it. I'd love for it to be propped up perfectly fine, for it to look nice as well as work nice. But at the minute, a rush order, I had to quickly get it done. I've got basically a branch just there. You can see the branch. That's it. It's attached with cable ties. It's nothing special. Now, why is it like that? Quite frankly, because I had big plans on building an elaborate enclosure, a good 10-foot long enclosure. It was going to span the full length of the wall in the reptile room. It's going to be absolutely amazing, all rock worked. It was going to be perfect, absolutely ideal. But then COVID hit. Quite simply, that's that. COVID hit. Meant I couldn't go to the stores to get the requirements I needed. All the savings that I had saved up to get all the products for that went on actually being able to live myself. So unfortunately, he's actually stuck in there for a little bit longer. Now me, I was a key worker. I worked the whole way through lockdown, so I was really trying to push myself to be able to afford to live. Now all the shops that I go to actually get food and all my basic essentials were closed down, or they were just too far to go. I weren't allowed to go there. My working hours weren't allowing me to go there. So all my money was going in this local corner shop, which made it more expensive. And all my savings that were put aside for that, because I mean, that's going to cost 500 quid, get the full enclosure done, all the rock work and everything. So I had savings ready for it, getting close to that amount of money so that I could actually build it. And then lockdown happened and that money dwindled. I was left with a short sum, which has gone on to another bioactive build. Actually, I'll give you a sneak peek on that. So we come into the reptile room and you're going to have to mind the mess. There's mess absolutely everywhere because I am working really hard on this. Yes. Now you all know my morning geckos just down there. Well, they're getting an upgrade into here. Now I've been working on this for a good, few months now, trying to get it absolutely perfect. Got a lovely little cascading waterfall. Now I don't want it to be a gushing waterfall. I don't want it to be absolutely racing down there. That's just going to be a trickle so that the morning geckos can actually stand on the actual slate wood. The slate will absorb a lot of the UVI rays and all that sort of stuff and absorb it, bounce it back off. The animals can actually bask on that rock and it be a gentle trickle of water. So that's something good. That's absolutely amazing. We've got the full background, that's all done, the vines, and we've got places where plants can go, and it's just going to be absolutely amazing once it's finished. And that should be out within the next week or so. And sorry if you can hear a lot of rustling. One of the animals are out in the reptile room at the minute having a stretch and he's getting into some trouble. I'll show you that one in a minute or two. If you want to see this build, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so that when it does upload, you can watch it. Now, it's taken a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy, so I'd really appreciate it if you watch the video from the start to finish. Even if you get bored with that video, just put your phone down on the side and keep it going. It just helps everything YouTube related for me, and YouTube will push it out to a lot more people. But let's get back to Hugo anyway. So we've spoke about his UVB strip bulb or UVI strip bulb up there and how I'm not that massively happy with it. I'm also not happy with the size of this enclosure. It's a 6 foot wide enclosure. Let me show you. So yeah, it's a 6 foot wide enclosure, 3 foot deep, 3 foot tall, and it's just not massively idealistic for him, which is why, well, you can see he's not actually in here. He's got his burrow down that back corner. He's got a burrow down that back corner. He's got a burrow right in the corner underneath that logwood. And yeah, he's got all his rock work and he's got his, obviously, water, swimming pool, bath thing there. A few live grass plants, which you'd naturally have in the wild, which I highly recommend everyone getting those sorts of stuff. I think that's Kerrick's grass. And yeah, to me personally, it's just not ideal for him. I can't turn around to everybody and say, you need an 8 foot long enclosure minimum, if I've not got an 8 foot enclosure myself. So that's the second reason why I've not uploaded much about Hugo anymore. you want to know the third reason? Yep, three reasons. It's feeding response. He's got to that age where he wants to get out, he wants to mate with everything, he wants to eat everything. He's got that adolescent, teenage phase. He's really going through that phase at the minute. And most teenagers go through that phase. Well, it's Hugo's turn. And I don't really want to put him on camera if he's going to be lunging out trying to attack me. So he's going through a big training program at the moment, and he is getting a lot better. Now, although I'm not happy with the size of his enclosure, you might have noticed he's not actually in there right now. The smaller size enclosure, I like to let him out and have a good run around, which, remember that rustling sound you heard in the reptile room? Yeah, he's actually got himself in the reptile room. So let's go and try and find him so you can see him. Now again, you're going to have to mind the actual mess that's in here. I've got to watch where I step because he is around somewhere. Now I've heard a load of rustling, so I would assume he's down in that back corner. Down there. He does like to come down this back corner, but... Oh! Boof! There he is. He's just there. Hello, Hugo. You going to say hi to the camera, mate? So bear with me for a few minutes while I just get him out from that little corner down there. Considering he's quite a big lizard, he really does know how to fit into these little tiny spaces. The amount of times I've had to pull these enclosures out just so that I can get him out from behind them. Hey, but while you're here, what about this? This is a reptile, another big bioactive build that I've got to do. And yeah, the lighting's not great on it at the minute, so I'll just spin one of my studio lights around. Sorry about the unprofessionalism of this video, but there we go. Now, I have two options with this, so I need you to let me know in the comments what you think is ideal for this. Now, obviously, it's going to be full background all the way around, misting system. It's going to have a lot, big deep substrate, and really arboreal so we can climb and stuff. But for who to climb? Now I've got two options here. I can either go for Mushu, my Callus versicolor, which is in there. You can see his tail. He loves hanging around on that light guard up there. Yeah, he can either go in there, which he'd look absolutely amazing in there. Or I can get another reptile, stick it next to it, and cut through the mesh on the side and have a 4 foot long reptile for a chameleon. I've been looking at good veiled chameleons and they're just absolutely amazing. Now my son, I've taken him down to Clubmore Reptiles in Liverpool. I've taken him to Sutton Pets and Exotics in St Helens, my local one, and let him handle a chameleon to see if he can actively hold one, see if he's not scared of them and build his confidence up. And he loves them, I love them, so it was an idea I went for. However, do I really want another animal, or do I want to make that enclosure a lot better? That's my issue just there. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. I reckon a nice big chameleon setup would be okay. Other people are telling me, no, you don't want another animal. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to get Hugo out. I know this is a dodgy sort of angle, but there's Hugo for you guys. Yes, he is still handleable. Yes, it takes a lot. Yes, he is still extremely hissy. And yes, he is food orientated. Now, the way I've got around the food orientated sort of stuff is quite simply let him know that it's not feeding time. So I've let him out for a run around. He's had a good half an hour running round, and now he knows it's not feeding time. Here you go, matey. Oh, there he is. Just having a good mooch around. Now he'll probably, 9 times out of 10, he'll either go on this rock here, because he loves to lay up that slope on the back with his head resting on the top. He absolutely loves that. And or he might go over the burrows at the back, which that's where it looks like he's going. And yeah, that's Hugo. Now I realise I have said he's food aggressive and all this sort of stuff. Shall we feed him? Just so you can see what I mean. So welcome to Cookery with Northern Exotics. So first of all, it's locust day. I went down the reptile shop, figured I'd get him a treat today. He's got a couple of tubs of locusts. First of all, it's vitamin day. So if you don't keep a record on how often you feed your vitamins and stuff like that, vitamin. This is the Reptile Systems version. It's absolutely amazing. With all the research that I've done from the papers that they've sent me, this has got so many nutritional vitamins in there that they'd naturally get in the wild, which they cannot get from a captive diet. So I'm just going to put some in there. Save the tub for later. It's also a bit of calcium for them. Calcium Ultra. He has got UVB lighting, so he doesn't need calcium with D3. Drop some of that in there again. Tip it up. Sorted. Now, this is the fun bit. get the lid on, get the lid open, time to get them in. Now you can just do it like this, which is absolutely fine. Me, I don't really want to take all this time to do it, so I'm just going to take the lid off and I can slide the lid like that. They will slowly just plop in. Basically, the bran inside the actual tubs contains, I think it's phosphorus, I've got to double check it all, but that can stop your animal from absorbing calcium as much. Just a little bit of inside information. So if you keep yours in these little tubs with this bran, you know you're not doing the best. Now, can you see how he knows it's already feeding time? He's really pushing for it. But I've got a handful of locusts. See how insane he goes? Oof, he got that one right on the head. And that is why I'm not really uploading too much about Hugo. I apologise for those people that really do enjoy that content, but it is coming back slowly. I am bringing it back. There's going to be quite a bit to do with him, educational wise and entertainment wise, throughout the next coming months. So if you are here for Hugo, make sure you do stick around. I'd really appreciate it. Peace out.